Wouldn't trading be easier if we knew exactly when there was buying pressure versus when there was selling pressure? Let's talk about it. This custom Thinkorswim indicator is showing us the buy volume versus the sell volume in both gross number and in percent. And if you notice right now, it is showing you the daily, so the entire day's volume, which can be helpful. You can see that on SPY today, even on the 1 minute chart, you can see there is a total of 31.5 million shares traded, but 25 million of those shares have been to the sell side. And you could look at this and you can note, hey, there's more selling pressure than buying pressure intraday right now, and sort of look at how SPY has been moving for the entire morning, right? That would be very beneficial to knowing that it's a good day to short SPY rather than to buy SPY, at least on intraday trades. But on the study as well, if you click into this cog, you can change it. So I'm currently looking at 1 minute bars. If I was more scalping, this bar just opened. So perfect timing. This bar, you're now seeing the volume come into this bar specifically, and you're seeing the buy volume versus the sell volume. And let's talk about how it's working a little bit. So it's taking total volume and it's dividing the total volume by how much up or how much down. So right now there's no bottom wick on this bar. You see the buy volume at 0. But you see when the little bottom wick comes in, that buy volume jumps up a little bit. And you'll notice also, unless the total volume eclipses it, the sell volume will come down. So you saw that just jump to 5,000 and the sell volume jumped to 66,000. So it's dividing the total volume by the price action move. And you can see, I mean, look, as soon as this candle opened for the first 10, 15 seconds while we've been talking about it, you saw that sell volume was taking over. So you could have shorted pretty quickly right away and then potentially already covered. Obviously, if you're running this on a 1 minute level, you'd be very, very scalpy. But you got a chance there to see in real time on a candle, and you're seeing it again now. Look at this candle bounce a little bit. How you can read the volume from a candle, buy or sell, and how that can help indicate what direction a bar is going to go in. Or once again, if you use just the daily, what the daily is going to go in. Or you can go even longer. I mean, let's look at the monthly on SPY and let's look at the daily. So this month we have 32 million. I'm looking at the daily. This month we have 1,337,000,000 shares traded. 81% of that is buy volume. Today is January 25th as I'm making this video. So if we go back to December 25th, Christmas, obviously the markets weren't open, but you can tell, hey, we're in a very bullish buying volume month right now. It might be a good time to buy dips. This might be a month to look to buy dips on if you're a continuation trader. Or use this vice versa. Some of you might be looking at that and going, oh, wow, the buy volume is way too high. It's time to enter short for a reversal trade. This isn't a strategy. This is an indicator, right? So you pull the information from this indicator and you use it, whatever fits your trade strategies the best, of course, with testing and journaling to ensure that you're using it the right way. But you can pull this information any way you would like. Now, the link to this strategy is in the description of this video. I didn't write this code myself, and even though I could probably get away with it, I don't think it's ethical to sell codes that I've just pulled from the internet. So I'm giving you this one for free, and it won't be on my website. But if you would like access to any of my other studies that look a lot like this, such as my own volume study, my multi-day comparison study, my backtest study, or any other coded study, strategy, scanner that I have ever built, check out my website, daytradingstrategies.net. Links also on the top of the description. We'll see you over there. On the back of that little shill there, I just want to say as well that I'm going to work on this indicator. I just found it today, and I really wanted to give it to you all for free, even at this base level. I think it's extremely useful, but I'm going to build some things like average volume. So you can see like the average of the last X number of bars back, buy versus sell percentage, things like that. If you have any other ideas you would like to see built into this, let me know in the comment section down below. And once I build it myself, then I will put it on my website, of course. But I'm not going to put the stolen base code. I'm not going to charge you for this, of course. That would be ridiculous. So funnily enough, you can see SPY bouncing on the 1 minute now. Would this be a good time to enter short, right? We're looking at the daily. We are still looking at the daily volume buy and sell percentages here, we still know, even on this bounce, 65% of the volume today has been selling. So now you're seeing an example of potentially where you can utilize this, right? Hey, SPY's on a big run, but we know it's mostly a sell day, so is this a bounce to short into? And of course, this is hindsight, not saying you would have timed the exact top, but it already might have worked for you a little bit as it pulls back from 487 and a quarter to 486.8. Might have already been a nice little short. But let's do some more jumping around. Let's look at some more kind of lower float stuff. Let's look at DWAC. DWAC has been moving a lot lately. You will see, once again, the 1 minute price chart, but the daily volume aggregation, 72% sell volume today. So, obviously a lot of selling today. Might be a day to look to continue to short this. Save. This is another stock that a lot of people are talking about right now. It's about 55 to 50 or 55 to 45 buy volume percentage versus sell volume percentage. So maybe hard to get an edge on this one directionally wise. Maybe you look at it and you go, and I'm just giving examples here. Please don't actually go trade like this. This, once again, is not a strategy, so I haven't tested any of these ideas. Maybe one day we do build a strategy around this, but for today, we're just talking about the indicator. Maybe you're looking for buy volume or sell volume over 70% to build a thesis of the direction you want to trade that stock for the day. This one being at 55.45, maybe you go, it's not enough of a move. AMD, this one's been really, really hot lately. Wow, but today, look at that. Even with this small move down, hell, it's still up 1.4% on the day. This is telling you that 73% of the volume on the day has been selling volume, probably because a lot of heavy volume happened during this move back here, and even heavy volume during this move here. So maybe you could look at AMD and go, let's start to derive some ideas here. If I put on a simple moving average with a length of, let's give it 50. If I put on a 50 simple length moving average, I go, okay, if AMD is 1 point above this moving average, so if it goes to 181.64 and the sell volume pressure is greater than 65%, then I will enter short. Things like that, right? You start to build trade ideas like that. Once again, please don't actually go trade like that. It's just an idea. But you can see how knowing the direction that the volume is moving in can help you derive trade ideas, right? You can see when the volume is building, and let's even do this. Let's go to NVIDIA, and then let's jump down to like the 15-minute volume instead. You can see over the last 15 minutes, there's 60% buy volume. So maybe a bounce for the next 15 minutes is starting to build. Volume is starting to build for a bounce over the last 15 minutes. So maybe you take NVIDIA, looking for 15 minutes of push up to 621, risking 617 or whatever, right? You're risking 2 points down for 4 points up, 3 points up, whatever it is. Start to build trade ideas, but start to build real statistical thesis about which direction a stock is going to move rather than just blindly looking at the price charts, potentially drawing some lines or whatever it is you're currently doing and trying to build a thesis off that. This indication gives you a real statistical volume study of which direction that the price is moving in because of supply and demand. Remember, stocks and stock price movement is nothing but supply and demand fluctuations. Volume is the most important indicator, and the more that we can know about the volume, the easier it will be to trade the stocks. That's going to be the video today. Hopefully you enjoyed. Once again, check out daytradingstrategies.net. Link at the top of the description down below. I'm going to link you all to a video now that is actually a trading strategy for pre-market and after-market news. So check that out next.
Trading stocks. He talks about trading stocks. It's important for you Americans and other international individuals to learn about stocks.